Hello YouTube world, my name is Nicholas Montez and you're watching my YouTube channel, The Teenage Movie Critic, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, everybody. And today we're doing, I think, one of our final Henry Danger rankings, until probably maybe next week we talk about Danger Force. Today we are doing a Henry Danger Season 5 episode list. Let's go and get started ranking these episodes. Alright, so let's go and get started ranking all 30 of these episodes. It's kind of crazy that this is the season that has the most episodes, but it's kind of my least favorite season. I love the way it ends, but it's not that great. So, first episode is Henry's birthday, and I think that this is an episode that it's kind of relatable because you have like this little party going on with Henry, and he's getting presents. He's getting the this Tres Leches birthday cake, but he has to go stop a crime and wait for it. It's like, if I would have to do this during my birthday, I would not have it, so I'll put it in B because it's good enough. Then we have Whistlin Susie. This is one that I thought had some nice intrigue that the Danger crew have nothing to do, so that they plan a movie day, but realize they got something from the mayor, which is a World War II bomb, and they need to take it to the desert, but they accidentally activate it, so they gotta call Piper to drive there. So, and then there's this really cool ending where Ray eats the bombs inside of it. I'm like, that's actually kind of cool, though it sets up some unsettling stuff that happens at the end of the episode. I thought that it was kind of cool, so I'm gonna put it in B. Next up we have Thumb War, and so I believe this is the episode where Captain Mannequin Danger get jealous of these two people that were in town. It's the guy that plays Spencer from iCarly and this other guy, but then they accidentally get dropped up into a spaceship, and then they come back to get revenge on Captain Mannequin Danger. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I remember it, but I don't really care about it. So I'm gonna put this in D. It's not terrible, but it's a D. The Thumb Buddies. What just happened? Okay, well, whatever. Well, yeah, it's the same episode. So, okay, so then we have the Great Cactus Con, which is this episode right here. I thought this episode was fine. It had an interesting story with Jasper, but it found a nice way to tie into the main story of Henry Danger. I like that it actually set up the stuff with Rick Twitler. I'll put it in C. It's a decent episode. Then we have Part 1, A New Evil. Basically, it's kind of crazy because you actually feel the stressfulness that's going on in this episode, where Henry's trying to get with Captain Man to go stop this B guy, but his parents won't let him because he's always leaving for work. And technically, in real life, you would see this as a joke, but this is serious. Like, they won't allow him to get his phone, allow him to get his watch. Like, it is absolutely crazy. And then you finally realize this guy that the B guy was kidnapping was actually an actual prisoner. It was actually an actual, like, villain, and he takes away his powers to do this antivirus. It's pretty crazy stuff. And he takes away Henry's powers, so this was a crazy episode. Then Part 2, A New Darkness. This is one that I thought was actually really good. This one I thought was a nice way to, continue what you did in the last episode, where you gotta find out how are we gonna get Henry's powers back. And there's actually some fun, sequences here and there, especially like the house invasion when the thugs are breaking into Henry's house while they're upstairs packing to go to this hotel. There's a lot of fun sequences in here. So I'll put it in C, mainly because I did enjoy it. And then we get the third one, where basically Captain Mannequin Danger have to stop the virus. And this is where they make the ultimate sacrifice, where Henry has to sacrifice his powers in order to save the world. And this is the last time we actually saw the hypermotility. And it's quite sad, but still awesome because he does get a superpower up until the end of at the end of this season with the force field. So I'm gonna put this one in A. Yeah, I'll put this one in A. Just because I like the ending at the end where he's like, I'm gonna stop floating around and riding like a baby. So yeah. And then we get Broken, Armed, and Dangerous. So this is the episode where Kid Danger breaks his arm, and Henry cannot go to school because people will know that he broke his arm, that he's Kid Danger and he broke his arm. It had an interesting concept, but it just kind of had bad execution for me. I'm going to put this one in the top of D tier. Night and Danger. When the Night Squad's arch enemy, Riker, is unleashed on Swellview, Kid Danger and Captain Man take him down to Burger Castle, only to be tricked into joining forces with the villain. This one I actually thought was actually kind of fun. This was a fun episode. I liked it. It's C. Then we have Grand Theft Auto. This is the parrot episode. It honestly was just kind of annoying. I'm not gonna lie, but I still did enjoy it though. Then this episode, the whole Bilsky family. Yeah, this was one that I thought was crazy because you realize Jeff Bilsky, Mitch Bilsky, and all these other people, they're Bilskys. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. I'll put it in D. It was enjoyable to see the Bilskys enough, but not for much. Secret Room. Captain Man reveals a crime fighter's only room in the man cave. Jealous, Charlotte, Jasper, and Schwaz make a room cooler to show them up as the gang fights. Oh yeah, this is where we reveal that there are more man caves than just one. I liked it, but at the same time, it goes back to what I don't like about this season, and that it just goes too stupid. And Lily Ray admits he is a immature man-child. D. I'm sorry. My Dinner with Bigfoot. Not gonna lie, I actually don't remember this episode, and honestly, it was one of the most forgettable episodes. F. I'm sorry. If y'all like the Bigfoot episode, I'm sorry. Charlotte Gets Ghosted. This is another one that I just don't rarely go back to, and I believe this is the episode where Jasper says rubber duck, or I think that was in season 4. I don't know, but yeah, F as well. I Dream of Danger. Oh yeah, this is the episode where Charlotte dreams of him kissing Henry. Kind of a dumb episode, to be honest, but I enjoyed it a good bit. It was fun. Holey Moley. This is where they find out about the mole people. Yeah, to be honest, this one was just kind of stupid. I don't know. I just didn't like that much. Love Bytes. This is where Schwaz falls in love with an AI or something, yeah. Kind of weird, but still kind of enjoyable. This one, Double O Danger. This is where Henry kind of goes in as a spy. This one was actually pretty fun, but I kind of wish it was better. Henry the Danger the Musical. Yeah, this is a top tier episode for me. I loved Henry Danger the Musical. The music was fire, and while you don't have action in this episode, you don't really need it. And so for me, but at the same time, it's like it actually has a plot that somewhat feels kind of stupid, but in a way it works. And I liked it, and I liked the cheesiness of it, so I personally really enjoyed it. Then, what else do we have? Massage Chair. Yeah, this one was just kind of stupid throughout it, but it kind of did resolve in a plotline that happened later in the episode, but I'll put it in D. Sister Twist, third part 1. This is where we actually lead to Piper finding out that Henry's Kid Danger. D. It's kind of forgettable. I don't really care about this package thief guy. Sister Twister Part 2. Or basically, we need to get Ray's memory back. This one was fun, but for some reason, ever since Piper started joining into the crew, I just kind of haven't really liked it. Piper's character has just been, I feel like you can see that she's grown, right? But the way that she has changed kind of bothers me. I'm not really sure if I like it. You remember her as this angry child. And obviously, you know, it's gonna look weird if she's doing that at like 16 or 17. But she's become more of a smartass now. And that's kind of what she's doing. And she somehow knows everyone, and she now officiates herself as part of the team. It's like, it's kind of weird, but kind of amusing. I'll put it in D just because I did kind of enjoy it, but it's not the best episode. A Tale of Two Pipers. This is where the episode where we get future Piper, where she has to stop a robot invasion. I liked this one, but it's gonna go in D. Wasn't the biggest fan of it though. Captain Mom. Oh yeah, this is the one where Ray has a baby. This was actually really fun. I actually really enjoyed this one. I'll put in B. Story Tank. Oh yeah, this is just one that I hate when the characters in this show just try to act like they're know-it-alls. They do all this and they act so dumb. It's like I don't get it. Like they try to hide their insecurities. It's like it's so dumb. And it's like they're trying to prove that Henry isn't scared. It's like I don't get it. Like, what was the whole point of this? It was still kind of enjoyable, but it's like, oh come on. Invisible Brad. This one I actually thought had a good usage of Invisible Brad. And then you start to realize that Invisible Brad was actually what he looks like now. It's kind of crazy, but I'll put in B. EnvyGram Wall. What is this? Oh, yeah, I actually don't remember a single thing about this episode. What? We're trying to protect this wall from being taken a picture of, but Piper wants to get a picture with it. It doesn't really make sense. I'm putting this in F. Holiday Punch. Yeah, this was a Christmas episode in this season. Yeah, I wasn't really a big fan of it. I'll put it at the top of F, because I at least remember what happened. Jasper gets attacked by a bunch of hornets or whatever. Mr. Nice Guy. Oh yeah, this episode was very clever. I really enjoyed this one. I thought it was very clever. There's a lot of twists, and Captain Man and Kid Danger have to go on these detective stories, and you're trying to find out who is doing all these messed up things to all these civilians in Swellview, and you start to realize, how are we gonna get Mr. Nice Guy to crack on live television? We gotta make him reveal himself, and so they do. We gotta violate all of his rules, even though they're stupid. We gotta violate all of them, and it portrays it really nicely. So I really enjoyed that episode. Theranos Boot. If you really think about it, this is basically like a rip-off version of Endgame, where we're going to different timelines where everyone is a Henry, everyone listens to Charlotte and acts like cats. There's a lot of uniqueness into it, but it just felt like a big Endgame ripoff. Saying Theranos instead of Thanos feels weird. Rumblr. This episode was kind of fun. Seeing sort of like this dating website for superheroes, except you're not dating them, you're going to fight them. That's an interesting concept for a superhero world. And there's a lot of fun action to be had in it, but then also kind of building of what the third act of what the final episode battle is going to be in the last episode. So I actually really enjoyed it, and even a little interaction with Toddler and Captain Man, like kind of seeing him as like a somewhat humane person. That's kind of cool. Like I wasn't like ever since they brought him back like for that episode in Danger Thunder, I wasn't a big fan of that because it's like had him be dead for like 2 seasons or whatever, or like a season or whatever, and then you just keep bringing him back. Feels weird, but I enjoyed it enough. Cave the Date. This is basically where they pretend the man cave is a restaurant. I thought it was fine. I didn't have any big attachment to it, but there were some fun moments. I'll put it in bottom C. Escape Room. Yeah, oh yeah, this is the introduction to Mika and Miles. I thought this episode was actually really fun. It was definitely one of the more better episodes for me. Yeah, so we'll put it there. Actually, no, we'll put it on top of here. And we actually get the Friddleman guy back. Seems kind of weird to bring him back, but it's whatever. Remember the Crimes. This is basically the episode where we basically get all the Danger, all of them remembering their times in the Danger crew. It's a really fun episode. It's nostalgic to get ready for the last 4 episodes. I liked it. It was a fun episode. And especially, you know, it was during this whole series ended when it was COVID, so it's like it felt so weird, and so like it was fun to go nostalgic. And before we get into the last 4 episodes, we also have the phone. What is it called? Game of Phones, where we also get the introduction to Choppa. I thought this episode was pretty good. As it kind of, I guess, introduces a new problem in Swellview, that phonelessness is a problem in Swellview. And now we're on to the last 4 episodes, which it's kind of crazy because the season has a 4-season part finale, and in some cases, some of these episodes are great in my mind. They're some of the best of Henry Danger we've ever done, but those are also some of the worst parts. So as for the first part, for the beginning of the end, I thought this episode was great, where you have Captain Man and Kid Danger coming back in a silly outfit after a usual Henry Danger and Captain Man and Kid Danger adventure, and you realize Henry is not graduating high school because of everything he's been doing over the years. And he's telling Captain Man this, and he realizes, wait, you don't have to graduate to be a sidekick. After I retire, you're going to be Captain Man. And Henry is now realizing this, and he doesn't want to be Captain Man. He doesn't want to be a sidekick and be a superhero saving lives his whole life. He wants to actually have a life. But he's been too busy saving everyone else's lives to have one of his own. And you start to understand it. You start to see Captain Man and Kid Danger have this fight, and the emotion throughout it, that is perfect. And even when they're doing the fight, like, they add some of the comedy into it, even though I feel like it was kind of unnecessary, it still kind of fit, and I still kind of liked it. And it didn't ruin the experience of the episode for me. And then we also get the reveal that Drex is back, plus the introduction of Bose. I thought it was a really good episode. Easily one of the best episodes of Henry Danger Season 5. It's going in A. Then we get Captain Drex, where basically we reveal what Drex's plan is. We get Henry revealing to his parents that he is Kid Danger. And we also get the emotionalness of it. The only thing I didn't like about it is that they keep doing this dumb thing where it's like, Drex, stop him, and then it's like such a good hostage. Like, what? Like, that's stupid. But it somewhat still kind of carries that good emotion. So I did kind of like it. It's still gonna go in B though. Then we have The Fate of Danger Part 1. The big standout of this whole episode is where we finally get to see Jasper fight Caveman in his sleep. Or fight Caveman while he sleeps. I thought it was really fun, it was really enjoyable, and we also get the return of Captain Man back after he disappeared in the last episode, and it was fun to get all the characters together, but then we also get to realize all the man caves are about to blow up, and we need to get out of there immediately. So that was a big cliffhanger at the end of the episode. So, as to where I'll put it above Captain Drex. And then we're talking about the final episode of Henry Danger, and it's a pretty great episode. It's very good. And where I would put this one? Of course, I thought, the fight between Captain Man and Kid Danger and Drex is great. And when they you get all these awesome moments with them fighting each other. You get the rip-off bandage of Kid Danger's mask, Captain Man being thrown off the blimp, some funny moments here and there. You get the great charisma, the great chemistry between them once again for one more final fight between them. And then you have this moment where Kid Danger wants to sacrifice himself because Captain Man's not indestructible anymore, so then he needs to do something about it. And 12 needs Captain Man. And once again, that tension between there is so incredible. And I thought, I love that they didn't do any jokes through it. And then what you have back at the man cave, Charlotte's trying to stop everything, and it's just coming down. And there's nothing we can do to save the man cave. All of them are going down. There's nothing we can do. And then you have this green stuff lighting on Henry, and you realize, wait, what's going on here? Is someone protecting him? And then you realize he survived, and he got a superpower from the Omega weapon. And I thought that was a really good twist. And to the fact to have Kid Danger die and let his legacy live on, I thought that was actually really, really special. But then you also just have Charlotte, Henry, and Jasper in Dystopia, fighting crime together and doing all that stuff. And I think this was the perfect way to end their characters. It would be personally good to go see them back again, but I thought it was a really good way to conclude their stories. But then it also literally sets up the next show in the franchise, in this universe, Danger Force, which of course I'm not a big fan of, but it is somewhat good. And so as to where I'll put this episode, I will put it in the bottom of A tier. And that is pretty much my tier list of all the episodes of Henry Danger Season 5. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you could like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.